Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. You okay?
Yeah, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Okay, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Okay, 7:30. I hope you're all well. Inshallah, we're going to make a start. Lesson 5. What we're going to do first is go through the homework. So question 1, why should you learn the attached pronoun table? Any answer would have been good, because I told you that it's the most important table in our course, in my opinion. So that's why, and any answer there was fine. It's a very important table and it comes everywhere, so we need to learn that. Second one, translate the following. So just look at your answers. Sorry, there was a few that messaged me today with their test and their homework, or their test especially. I couldn't get it all done in the time that I had, but I'm hoping this does the job, answers your questions. So Rabbuka, your Lord. I'm not going to read these. You can look at them yourself and see which ones you got wrong. If you've got any questions, which one you got wrong, then you can ask now. That's all fine. Did anybody? I mean, everybody who handed in their homework got pretty much everything right. I'm going to press my super powerful button, mute all. There you go. Somebody was on unmute and they don't know it. Right, okay, so next one. Are we happy to proceed with the next one? Anybody have any questions with these here? Nope. Yes? Maybe? Okay, no answer, so okay, good.
No.
Okay, fantastic. Right, next one. Right, so basically you had to do this here. Write the word Rab with the attached pronouns for all the table, for all the permutations. So it was pretty much just reproducing that table there. Now some people are Rabbana, Rabbahuma instead of Rabbuhuma. That's all fine. Rabbuhuma, or let's say, Rabbuka, for example, is marfu because Rabbu, that's the marfu bit. The ka, the pronouns, they never change. They are so strong. Forget Arnold Schwarzenegger. They are stronger than him. These do not change. These attached pronouns do not change. Even a preposition comes in front of it is not going to change a pronoun. They're fixed. These pronouns are fixed. Because if you change Rabbuka to Rabbuki, the meaning changes. It's talking your Lord to a girl here, and Rabbuka is your Lord to a male. So these pronouns don't change. But the actual word Rabbu is marfu. You could put Rabbaka, you could put Rabbika, or Rabbuka. So I accepted all of them as long as the ending was correct. Most people, I think, wrote Rabbuka. Some did Rabba, and I know why, because Rabbana Atina, that's Rabbana. There's some grammar going on there. So that was all fine. So it's just a matter of learning this table. Super, super important. You can put other nouns, any other noun in front of this pattern, and it's going to give you. So Kitabuhu, his book. Baytuhu, his house. Yeah, Lamborghiniuhu, remember that? His Lamborghini. So you can put any word on there, obviously Arabic words only. And that's the table to learn. Super important, and I would say that's the most important table to learn in the whole course. Next. Okay, so the next part of the homework was to learn the vocabulary. So can we have a brother, please, for ilahun alihatun? What does that mean? Brother, non-Arab? Nope. Sister then?
God.
God. I thought I'd blocked you all from unmuting yourself as well. I'm just going to check the settings, but okay, that's good. God. So La ilaha illallah, there is no God illallah except Allah. And aliha, the one after the backslash or forward slash, this one here is just the plural of ilahun. So alihatun, it's a broken plural. 94 times we're talking in the Quran, 94 times roughly. Okay, do we have a brother? Brother, ba'da, some brother.
After.
Sorry? After, yes. Excellent, fantastic. Ba'da, 204 times. 204 times, roughly, in the Quran. Sister, next one. Ajma'een.
Altogether.
All together. That's where we get Jumu'ah from. Collection, the collecting together. Yeah? Ajma'een, Yawm al-Jumu'ah. What else is there? Jami'un Nas, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who gathers the people. 23 times Ajma'een.
May I please ask a question?
Certainly can.
So with the first word, ilahun, it says God, object, or worship, but I was a bit confused by that. Can you describe a circumstance in which it would be used as object or worship? Because, you know, comparing God as a likeness to an object, like if I got it wrong,
Yeah.
you know, using object instead of God, it's
Yes.
a little bit confusing.
Good question. So it's talking about God, small g. So it's not talking about Allah. Just like that. Ilahun just means God or something that is worshipped besides God. Like deity. So
Okay,
God with a
thank
small
you.
g, meaning people might worship idols. They are their gods, but they're not the God, capital G. They're small, they're just like objects that are worshipped, but they're not Allah.
Okay, thanks.
Assalamu alaikum. Can I ask a question, please? Sorry.
Yeah.
Ilaukum. What's that mean, please?
Which one?
Ilaukum.
Ilahukum. That means your God. Your all's God. Your God, plural.
Okay. Jazakallah khair.
Barakallahu feek. So some scholars say Allah is al-ilah, the God. You know, some people, scholars say the word Allah comes from al, the ilah, God. Okay, but a lot of the times when we're talking about, you know, God's, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, a-ilahum ma'allah, is there a-ilahun, is there a God other than Allah? So they've got here small g here. So ilah.
You can't read me yet, but you join the course. So you can do it as well.
Sounds like some very chocolates or something, some wrapping or something. Anyway, right, next one. Hikmah, hikmatun, a brother, hikmatun.
Wisdom.
Wisdom, excellent. 24 times. Yes?
Can it mean knowledge at the same time? Or is it just wisdom?
Wisdom. Yeah, hikmah, wisdom.
Okay.
Ilm is knowledge.
Yeah, okay.
And hikmah in the Quran can also mean the sunnah. But the wisdom is the translation, as far as I know. Khaliqun, a sister. Khaliqun. Creator. Yes, creator. 12 times. Fantastic. Brother, khawfun.
Fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an Urdu word as well, khawf. Okay, good. Hasanatun, sister. Or is that brother now? Brother? Forgot which one.
Good deed.
Good deed. Good deed, okay. And a brother, sayyi'atun.
Evil deed.
Evil deed. Fantastic. A sister, shaa.
Wish. Wish.
Will.
Wish.
To will. Okay, to wish. Yeah, to will. So we say, MashaAllah, as Allah willed. Insha'Allah, if Allah wills. It's that word, sha'a. Fi.
Okay.
Are we on, brothers? Fi.
In.
If you don't know Fi by now, I'll be really disappointed. Good. Yeah. After my Lamborghini picture last week, Fi. 1,697. Everywhere. Everywhere. So that might be fiha, fi him, you know, I think it includes all them permutations as well. Right? Sister, ma. What?
Not.
Yes. So what, whatever, not. It depends on what's going on in the sentence. A brother, mata. When. Okay, 9 times. Right, we'll move on. So what I will do is one of the students who's actually a very close person to me recommended or asked that I can do a recording just of these vocabulary slides. So I just read them out and I have a recording of that. So inshallah, I will do that maybe on the weekend, inshallah. And I'll put it out so you can just play it and learn the words. People like to just sometimes they're going to work and they put it on the MP3 or something and they just listen to the words until they get it, and that's fine. You know, some people have jobs where they can keep on listening to something on their headphones or something, etc. So I'll do that inshallah.
Mata means when. So if you want to say what's by aina?
Aina means where.
Where? Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That will be okay. So next one, right, and then this last one here. Cheer up, man. I hope everybody after last week's revision lesson, they cheered up from lesson 3, which was very hard. So I've just added a little slide here. That's for everybody just to cheer up. If you won't cheer up, then maybe you can look at this and get happy. Cheer up. Okay. So, test. Translate the following. This is what that table was about, and this is what everybody did a good job generally. Kitabuka, it's all here. I'm not going to read them out, but check the ones you got wrong for those who's I managed to mark. I think I've told everybody who's I managed to mark, but those who haven't sort of had their answer from me, then here you go. Look at this. The main thing to remember here, I'd say, the tip is second person has a ka in it. Ka there. Kum. See that kum? That ka signifies you're talking to the person, whether it's you all, you two, or you one. And the ha, when the ha comes, huma, hum, it means third person. They're not here. They're outside. They're in another room. They're in another, another country. You're talking about somebody who's not here, so you'll use hum, huma, hu, ha. And remember, the ya is me. And sometimes it's going to be ni. But that's already written in the Quran. As long as you know ni or e is me, my thing, that's fine.
You know,
yeah.
Kitabukum, you've
Yeah.
put plural male. It's not.
Yeah. So your book, this one here, Kitabukum, it's your book.
Okay, yeah, get it.
And yeah, plural and male. Yeah, PM. That's a bit distracting that, but yeah. Also, one other thing you can also remember is the noon when it has a shad on it. The noon, shad is strong, basically. It's strong. That occurs only for the women, plural women. So whenever you see a noon shad, it's talking this a woman. Woman is being addressed, or the women are being talked about. So you're just going to see the noon shad on the plural women. Yep. Anybody got any questions before we move to the next one? Nope. Good. Fantastic. I think we're gonna need the time today.
No.
Okay, good. Right. So alayna on us. Alayhim on them. Alaykum, second person here going on you. Minkum, from you. So these come all over the place. All the time they come. So these are, remember, it's just min, and then you attach onto it the suffix kum. Min, from, you all, kum. And once you learn these formulas, then I don't have to teach you what minkum means and minha means and minhuma means. You just need to learn what the attachment does, what the suffix does, and what the word is, and they join together, and you can automatically then translate words that you've never seen before. You'll be able to, with that, translate words that you've never seen in that form before, because you know what the first word means, and you know what the attachment means. Just going for another mute there. Fantastic. It feels so nice when I can mute people. Right, okay. Everybody
Sorry,
happy with that? Yes.
Why is it alayhim and not alayhum?
Good question. Can anybody answer that from the non-Arabs first? He's saying, why is this not alayhum? Non-Arab, please. I'd be so happy if some non-Arab can answer it.
That's a majroor.
Nope. So
Is it because it's got ya before it?
fantastic. So because, right, okay, so the first thing the brother said, is it not majroor? So in pronouns, there's no such thing as mansoob, majroor, marfu. In pronouns, they're stuck as they are. Sometimes you're going to get the ha that changes. They're still tough though. They're very, very tough. That na is not going to change. Who or he, that changes depending on the letter before it. So it would normally be hum if the letter before it had a zabar or a pesh, a dhamma or a fatha. But if the letter before the ha is a ya with a sukoon, a ya with a jazm, or the letter before it has a zair, a kasra, then it's going to change into him. So alayhum. But if it was min, it'd be minhum, because no ya sukoon in front of it and there's no kasra before it. Yeah? So again, it's already written in the Quran, but that's what's going on. Did you get that, brother?
Is it the same
Yes,
meaning?
Yeah. Meaning is, yeah. If you said alayhum, I know what you're saying, but you're saying it wrong. It's alayhim, same meaning. Hum and him is the same, them all. Okay, please repeat. Okay, so the brother asked, why is this one not alayhum? Why does the ha not have a dhamma, a pesh? So I said it will have a pesh, a dhamma, if the letter before it has a fatha, a zabar, or a dhamma, a pesh. If the letter before it has a fatha, zabar, or a dhamma, a pesh, then the ha is going to have a dhamma on it. It's going to be hum. But if the letter before the ha is a ya with a sukoon, a ya with a jazm, or it's any letter that has a kasra, a zair, then the ha is going to have a kasra on it. Yep. Don't worry about that too much if you don't understand.
What's a jazm, brother? Sorry.
Jazm is the sukoon.
What's sukoon?
Sukoon is the jazm. Sukoon is that little. Sometimes in the Uthmani print you have a little circle.
Right. Yes. I know what you mean. Yeah.
In the Indo-Pak print you have like a dhamma, but
like
it's not got a hole in it. Yeah, like a comma. And in the Bengali print it's like a little, like a V upside down.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good. She's answered that. The suffix precedes. Okay, somebody's asking, what about alaykum? The suffix. Okay, that's okay. Good question, Sister Hasina. So the question is, what about alaykum? So this rule of the fatha and the kasra is only for the ha. Yeah, kum doesn't change. It's just the ha that changes. Yes. So if I said as-salam on them, I'd say as-salamu alayhim. But I say as-salamu alaykum. And somebody asked me that why is it alaykum? Why do we say as-salamu alaykum? That's like saying salam be on you all. And that's correct. I love it when people ask questions like that because it means they're thinking and they're transferring that information into real life words that they use. So the scholars say the reason why you say as-salamu alaykum, meaning salam be on you all, when you're only talking to one person, is because you're salaming the angels who are there as well. We know we have 4 angels, at least we know 4 angels, one recording our good deeds, one recording our bad deeds. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala isn't so kind and merciful, we already know He is, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also given us an angel that is in front of us and an angel that is behind us, and their job is to look after you and me, is to look after you, to take care of you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put some bodyguards with you. So you're walking down the street, you read your du'as before you set off. Maybe those angels now have even more power to defeat and protect you from the things you can't even see. And even maybe things you can see. Things that people can see as well, maybe. The stories that people saw. Anyway, we'll leave that. Okay? Right, next one. Right, this one is where it all comes together. So the first one, huwa fi baytiha. So huwa was one of those words we already learnt, which means he is. Fi, we've learnt that. Remember, it's the driver of the Lamborghini. Fi, he was in the Lamborghini. In. So huwa, he is. Fi, in. Baytiha, baytiha is her house. Ha, bayt is house, and ha is her house. Yeah, you might ask, why is that kasra not changing that ha to he? Because this ha doesn't change. This ha doesn't change. The hum and the huma, they change. This ha doesn't change. Okay, so huwa, he is in her house. In the context of the verse in the Quran, it's in the past, so they put was in brackets. Everybody happy with that one? This is what everybody needs to be able to. Okay, how will we know when to use he or it, for example? Okay, so somebody's asking, how do you know whether you're gonna huwa means he or whether it means it? So you'll know in the sentence of the Quran, you'll know in the context if it's talking about a person or it's talking about something else. Here you can't tell, just like that you can't tell, because it's just huwa, it is in her house. It could have been it is in her house or he is in her house. But in the Quran, if you look at this verse, it's talking about a person. So you will know automatically, inshallah. Yeah. So everybody happy with this one? How do you know it's past tense? Another question. Good question. Literally, the word just outside of the Quran, literally, that means that is in present tense. He is in her house. But it's maybe the sentence is telling you, it's talking about something in the past. So the sentence in the Quran would maybe let you know that. Like, for example, if I want to put this into a sentence now and I say, yesterday, huwa fi baytiha, yesterday, he is in her house. Now you're going to know automatically, yesterday, he was in her house. So it's the context of the sentence that might tell you, that would tell you it was in the past. Yep. So from there you wouldn't know. But in the context, in the sentence, you'd know, inshallah. Hope that answers the question. Okay, cool. Right, so next one, we're moving on. Innani. Inna means indeed. Remember, inna means indeed. I don't know if it comes in your vocabulary to learn, but inna means indeed. Ni means kitabi, my book. Innani, me. And the noon has come here. Okay, next to noon. Innani, indeed I. Yes, inshallah, we're gonna learn the past tense and the future tense and the present tense, inshallah. Don't worry about it. Inshallah. Okay, so innani, indeed I. Min, that's min. The reason why it's got a fatha on the noon is because it's joining onto that word. So minal. So min means from. So indeed I am from al-muslimina, the muslimin, the Muslims. This is majroor because min is a majroorifier. It will majroorify the noun. Min will not majroorify a pronoun. It's going to majroorify a noun. So from that sentence, I can see muslimin is majroor because I know min is a majroorifier. It's a preposition. So innani, indeed I, min from al-muslimina, from the Muslims. Happy with that? Anybody got any questions about that? Okay, my sentence says truly, sorry, truly, indeed. They're used interchangeably. Sometimes it's truly, sometimes they say indeed. It just depends on the translator as far as I know. So truly, me, truly I, am from the Muslimin. If you open up other translations, it might say indeed. I normally just use indeed. But over here, I just wanted to use exactly what the book has translated it as. So I didn't want to mess about with the translation. Yep. Okay, pin drop silence. Yeah, same thing really. How would you put the majroor rifai in an English context? I don't know if you can explain it in an English context. Preposition, but preposition doesn't do anything to it doesn't change the noun in English. So it's just something in Arabic. So the question was, how would you put majroor rifai in an English context? Yeah, I don't think you can do that. Okay. Next one.
Does it mean make it the accusative term, or is that incorrect?
This one?
No, you know the question regarding the majrurifier?
Yes.
In Arabic, doesn't it mean it becomes accusative, and then the other ones are normative, and
yes,
I think there's another one.
No, so the majrurifier makes the next one genitive. Genitive is majroor in English. Yeah, so this one is majroor. So this Muslimin is genitive. That's just a word for majroor in English. Okay, next one. So this one was, okay, Barakallahu Feek. So this one was one that I want to just speak about a bit. So here we have inna. Inna means indeed or truly. So it's got indeed here, okay? Yeah. So inna. So inna means indeed. And ka is you, bro. Okay, or in this context, you, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, male. So innaka, indeed you. So just from the English, indeed you can't tell if it's masculine, who is it speaking to, male or female, but innaka tells you it's speaking to a male. So innaka, indeed you, la rasuluhu. Just ignore the la for a bit. Rasuluhu, Rasul, his. So indeed you are his Rasul, are his messenger. The who makes it his, okay? So innaka la rasuluhu. Now this la here, it's not the la of meaning for, because the la that means for, when it attaches onto a noun, it has a zair, it has a kasra. But this la attached to a noun has got a fatha, it's got a zabar. So this la is a lam of emphasis, for tawqeed, emphasis. So basically it's saying, indeed you. So there's emphasis there. You are definitely, truly the, his messenger. That's what it's like saying, indeed you are definitely his messenger. It's like that. It's that lam with a fatha attaching to a noun is a lam of emphasis. If the lam had a kasra, a zair, attaching to a noun, then it means for. So we covered a slide on that last week, but that's what was going on there. What is sensitive role? Genitive. I don't know what sensitive is there. Genitive. Genitive is the English word for majroor. Does genitive mean something definite? In English, I don't know what it does, a genitive word in English, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it does. It might just be that from a house, maybe that house is genitive, but the word doesn't change. A lot of them, I don't know what genitive does in English. Yep, who means him, and ha means her. Say that as well. Who means him, ha means her. Say that 20 times, and you might get it. Yeah, who means him. Right, we're happy with that? Making it definite. Right, okay. Making it definite, as in you are his messenger. Ar-Rasuluhu, I don't know if that would work. The and his, I don't know if that will work, because the he is making it. No, I don't know. I don't know if that would work. Okay. We proceed then, yeah? Okay. Right, lesson 5, 30 minutes gone. We've got 1 hour, 20 minutes to cover quite a bit of stuff. Okay, so somebody's written, I made so many mistakes as I didn't spend enough time on the table. Yeah, so that's something that will happen. Work in equals results out. If you times your work by 10, you're going to get 10 times the results. It's that important. You want a break already, bro? It's only 30 minutes gone into it yet. We need to do another 30 minutes before we give you a break. Yeah. So just go over the tables. There's going to be 4 main tables. We've done 2 and we're going to do 1 today. After that, so 5 lessons, we've done 3 of the tables, and then in the maybe 2 lessons later, we're going to do the 4th table. Then with the 4 main tables, whatever we do after that is based on a previous table, and it's not like a new table you have to learn. It's just a bit of adjustments you need to make. Yeah, these must be workers. All right, okay. Right, okay, let's start now, yeah? So, we've done with nouns. Nouns complete, we've done. For the time being, we've done with nouns. Yes, is a noun. Okay, I'll have to read that after, inshallah. Right, so nouns are complete. Now we're going to move on to verbs. Can anybody tell me what a verb is? Fi'l in Arabic, fi'l. What is a verb?
Doing things.
Yes,
Action, doing word.
Yes, action word, doing word. There's a super long comment there. Not being able to read that. Inshallah, I'll read it afterwards. Yes, so a verb is a doing verb. So he walks, he talks, he plays, he eats, he drives, he laughs, she cries. Them are verbs. So what I've written here is most Arabic words have 3 main letters. These are called root letters. So we basically, let me just explain that a bit further. Right, so in Arabic, we have
You say doing words.
The doing words, yeah, doing words.
Okay, thank you.
So in Arabic, we have words that are called root words. Root words. You might have heard people doing talk and they say this word comes from this root word, which is daraba, and then they explain. So basically, words, these nouns that you've been seeing, kitab and all them, they come from root words. We have root words like kataba means he wrote. From there you get kitab. From there you get maktub. From there you get maktaba. You get words that grow from this by putting different extensions, prefixes or suffixes on, etc. But the base word in Arabic, a root word, it's a verb. So let me give you an example. Like you might say work. Work is a root word in English, work. Yeah, to work. Now you can do working, you can put worked, worker, workaholic maybe, I don't know if that works. And then you can put a prefix on, rework, pre-work, de-work, and I don't think de-work works. Okay, so that is an example of a root word. You can add different templates to it and you can change the meaning. So play, playing, player, played, replay. That's a root word. Similarly in Arabic, we have root words. Root words normally, the simplest ones consist of 3 letters. So kataba is 3 letters. It means he wrote, to write. Khalaqa means he created. It's the verb for to create. Ja'ala means he made. These are all root words. Are we happy with that? So root words in Arabic are the simplest form of the word, and it is in itself a verb. Are we happy with that so far?
So brother,
Yes.
kitaba is it's a doing word, right? So that's the root word for book.
So no, kataba is to write.
Kataba,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So kitab, it grows from there. It comes from there. Kitab. It comes from.
That's the root
Yeah, kataba is the root word of kitab.
Okay.
Yeah. Are the verbs always in the past tense? Yes. Yes, good question, Sister Zainab. The question has asked that are the root words always in the past tense? Yes, they are. They're always in the past tense, and they're always he did it. They're always, the root word is past tense verb for him. So third person masculine. So he walked, he talked, he played, he liked, he drove, he cried. They're all past tense, and he did it. Yes, the root words are verbs. Yes, the root words are verbs. Somebody was asking, the root words are not necessarily verbs? No, they are. They're all verbs. As far as I know. I don't know anything other than that. Okay, we're getting on to the next slide now. Are they all fathas? Are they always mansoob? Okay. Don't worry about mansoob, majroor, marfu in past verbs. There's no such thing. So don't worry about cases in verbs, okay? So I'm hoping people are happy. Right, next one. So an example of a root word changing to make a new meaning is khalaqa. Let's just take khalaqa. Khalaqa is the verb to create. In a sentence, it means he created. Let's see what's going on with this one. So we're on page, for those people who want to follow it on the book, we are on, what page are we on? We are on page 30, Right, so look, he creates, it's become the present tense by adding a ya with a fatha on. It's a template in a table that we will learn, but I'm just showing you some examples of adjusting the root word to make different words. Khaliqun, I should have put khaliqun there. Khaliqun means creator, the one who is doing that verb. So this pattern here, we will learn this pattern inshallah maybe last lesson. It changes the verb into the doer of the verb. Like sadaqa means he was truthful. Sadiqun is the truthful one. Qatala means to kill. Qatilun is the one who kills. So we will learn that pattern, but I'm just showing you here how some examples of a root word being modified to make a totally new word that is connected to the root word, but it's a different word. You can look at the root word is still there. Khalaqa is still in there. Khalaqa is still in this one as well. And this one here, khalaqu, means they all created. They all created. So again, in a word, inshallah, I'm hoping by the end of this course, you will be able to identify, if you learn your tables properly, inshallah, you will be able to look at a word, not all words, but you'll be able to have a good go at identifying where the root letters are and figuring out what the root letter, what the root word of that big word is. Can someone get me the book, please? All right, it's electronic version. You can print it out maybe. How do you pronounce he creates, please? So how do you pronounce yakhluqu? Yakhluqu is he creates. Yakhluqu. Yeah, yakhluqu. That's right. So these are just examples. We're going to go through the tables that will show us the formulas for these templates. Okay, inshallah. So next thing I wanted to show you is this. So another example of a root word, which is a verb. They're all verbs. Kataba, he wrote. Sami'a, he heard. Like Sami'a Allahu liman hamida. Sami'a means he heard. Kathura means he increased. That's where you get kathir from. Kathir comes from kathura. So kathura means he increased. If you know what the root word means and you know what the templates are, you can understand and know what the word means just by knowing the template and the root word. That's why templates are very important, and learning root words is very important. It's my weakness, learning more root words I need to learn, amongst other things, amongst my many other weaknesses. Right. So this slide is just showing you that, look, the first letter is a fatha, it's a zabar. The last letter is a fatha, a zabar. The one that changes is the middle one. Mostly the root words, 3-letter root words, are going to have a fatha on the middle as well. Sometimes they're going to have a kasra, a zair, and least amount of times there's going to be a dhamma in the middle one. So that's just to acquaint yourself, just to let you know that sometimes it's going to be kataba, sometimes it's going to be sami'a. You're not going to be able to know unless you learn it. But as long as you know the 3 root letters, ka and ta and ba, that's the main thing.
May I please ask a question?
Certainly can.
If kataba is he wrote, which leads to kitab, which is a book, what's he read?
So to read is a different root word. Qara'a means to read. Yeah, so it's a different root word. So that to read and to write are two different separate verbs. Yeah?
Yeah. But
Yes,
wrote is the base word for book, not read.
so kitab is it's the word for, kitab is basically the thing that was written. So it's to do with writing.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, but qara'a is to read. I know what you're saying, like you read a book, yeah, but you also write a book. So the kitab is coming from writing. Which has a...
I'm a bit
You're a bit sleepy?
confused where the he comes into it. Like,
Okay, so he is the root word. The root word, the he is inside that. That's just something you got to accept. That the root word has he inside it. The root word means he did that thing. It's inside it. We're going to look at the table, inshallah, but it's inside it. There's no pronoun here. There's no this. We're on verbs now. So verbs, we've done nouns. So now we're on verbs. So that he is inside that verb.
so what if it was she wrote? How would it?
We'll come on to that. That's our table, inshallah. Okay, so which ayah has kasura? Okay, kathura.
Brother, are these words all masculine then?
Yes, the root words are all masculine, past tense, third person, singular. So we'll come on to it. I'll show you, inshallah. Yeah, so somebody's asking to read would come from the root word from iqra. Yeah, qara'a means to read and recite. Qara'a. So from there you would get iqra. Yeah. Right, quickly moving on. This is just another slide that shows you some of the words, some of the letters that get added onto root words to make new words. Don't worry about this slide too much. Maybe after you've done the course, you might want to come back to have a look. That these are generally the letters that are added onto verbs to form he did, she did, them two did, they all did, etc. Which we're going to do now. So don't worry about, don't have to memorize this. Inshallah, if you learn your tables well, it will inshallah become automatic. Right. Remember this table? You know this one? Yeah, lesson 2, I think, or lesson, the killer lesson 3, the killer lesson 3.
Yes.
Okay, so now we've got, the reason I put this table here is because this is the table we have to learn. It's got some similarities I'll show you, inshallah. So this is the table we have to learn. So let me show you what's going on here. The root word, these are verbs now, okay, verbs. The root word goes in this box here. He wrote. He wrote. Kafara, he disbelieved. Zalama, he, he oppressed. Wajada, he found. It all goes into here. The root word goes in this box here. Everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, you just have to accept that one. Right? So the root word goes in there because he did. So khalaqa, he created, it goes here. He created. Ja'ala, a root word, he made, it goes here. So now let's look at the dual. What do you have to do to make it into they both wrote? Remember, this is past tense. Past tense, okay? With past tense, you're adding suffixes onto the verb. You're adding things at the end of the verb. Look, nothing from the template comes before the kaf. Nothing. Past verbs have something attaching to the end of the verb, okay? So remember that's a good sort of something to remember, inshallah. So to kataba, to make it into they both wrote, you do kataba. It's like the ani of dual. Remember the ani of dual? Some things are going to connect, inshallah. So kataba means them two wrote. So how would I say? Zalama means he oppressed. How do I say them two oppressed?
Zalama.
Fantastic. Zalama, kafara, fasaqa, like that. You just put the alif on and it makes it into dual. Yes, this is one of the, I'd say this is the second most important table we need to learn. The second most important table. First one was last week. the reason why this one is past verbs come a lot in the Quran, because in the Quran we've got mention of the Prophet ﷺ and what happened in his time, so that was past. And then you got the stories of the prophets, that's all past as well. So you got a lot of past going on in the Quran. So I think it's more than the present verbs. Okay, so yeah, it has two counts, kataba. So if you in the Quran, if for example, just in Arabic, if you say kataba and you say kataba, changes the meaning. One is he did, the other one is them two did. So we have to be careful about our tajweed as well, that we read our tajweed correct. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us. And then look at the next one now. This alif here you're asking about. Okay, if you're asking about this alif, I'll tell you inshallah. Right, so this one here, katabu, khalaqu. What word do we know in the Quran that comes a lot, that's got that pattern? Katabu, zalamu, fasaqu. Which one is it? Amanu, kafaru. It means they all did that thing. So kafaru means they all disbelieved. Amanu, they all believed. Right, so katabu, when you stick a waw there, it's like una. Think of it like, it's nearly like una. It's just the noon is missing. The u is there, katabu. There's no cases, okay? There's no marfu, mansub, majroor in these past verbs. It's just fixed. So katabu means they all wrote. How are you going to say? So zalama means they oppressed. Sorry, zalama means he oppressed. How am I going to say they all oppressed?
Zalamu.
Fantastic. Zalamu. They all disbelieved. Kafara is to disbelieve. Kafaru. Exactly. Wajada means he found. How do you say they all found? Wajadu. That's all it is. That's what I'm saying. Once you learn the templates, you're laughing. You're laughing. Right? So this alif here appears, and my teacher said that it appears to separate from the next word. It's just for separation. So you know that this word is ended here, and then it goes on to the next word. It's not pronounced.
Brother, the alif on the jewel I was asking about.
Sorry?
The alif on the jewel, like kitaba.
Yes.
That one. What was that one for? You said it was about. I didn't hear it.
That's just to make it two counts. That's just to make it longer. So kataba makes it dual. So kafara makes it dual. Zalama means them two did dhulm. Kataba, them two wrote. It's like the ani, you know the ani, muslimani, that's dual, isn't it? But it's like, there's no noon here, but it's dual. The alif makes it dual. You might want to remember it like that. Yep. You got kataba, katabu. So kataba, kataba, katabu. I think we'll do some repetition, inshallah. So katabu, so you add a waw. So fasaqa means he rebelled, or he sort of just call it rebelled, okay? He sort of, I can't think of the word. Sorry?
Disobeyed.
Not disobeyed, more like rebelled or sort of went out of the limits. So how would you say they all rebelled or they all went out of the limits?
Transgressed.
Like transgressed. How would you say? Fasaku. Exactly. Fasaku. Katabu. Let me just think what other verbs I've got here. Ja'ala means he made. So how do you say they all made? Ja'alu. So look, over 1,000 times in the Quran, this pattern. That pattern, okay? Over 1,000 times in the Quran. So you need to learn these. Masculine, remember, very important ones. Right. So feminine. Katabat. When you stick a ta with the sukoon on, it becomes she wrote. So kataba is he wrote. Katabat is she wrote. So kafara means he disbelieved. How do you say she disbelieved?
Kafarat.
Fantastic. Zalama means he oppressed. How do you say she oppressed?
Zalamat.
Exactly. Wajada means he found. How do you say she found?
Wajadat.
Exactly. And that's all. Khalaqa means he created. How do you say she created?
Khalakat.
Fantastic. Ja'ala means he made. How do you say she made? Ja'alat. So from a root word, you should now, once you learn this table, be able to say them two did it, they all did it, she did it, and we're going to learn them all. But that's all you do. You stick this ta on a verb and it's going to make it she did it, whatever that verb is. Sami'a means he heard. How do you say she heard?
Samiyat.
Sami'at. That's it. That's all. That's why I say. That's why I say the step that you need to take in order to be able to understand the Quran isn't big. Yeah, you have to learn the words, but compared to another language and compared to being able to understand like a newspaper in another language, you're talking long time. Quran is different. Yes, a newspaper you're going to struggle. Quran is different. You need to learn these things and they come in the Quran, so it's so easy. Right, next one, katabata. Look at this one. Ta. The ta sort of remains from there, but you dual it up. You put the alif there. So katabat, katabata, kafarata, zalamata. Again, the feminine and the duals, they don't come up that much. General duals, they don't come up so much. And the feminine duals, even less. The feminine anything, even less. Mostly masculine terminology. Mostly masculine terminology. So if you do find yourself struggling on duals, don't give up. Keep on doing it, but concentrate on the male singular plurals. Definitely, okay? So katabata. So if you do kataba, kataba, katabu, katabat, katabata, katabna. This is how I do it. I just, sometimes in the earlier days, even now maybe, I'll do the table in my head to find, that's how you say it. Sometimes you need to just do that. But, the males will become automatic, inshallah, with practice because they come a lot. Feminine ones, yeah, I sort of have to do the table in my head. I have to just prepare the table to remember it. So katabata, and then the women, katabna, they all wrote, katabna. So khalaqa means to create. How do you say all those women created?
Khalaqna.
Exactly. خلقنا جعلنا فعلنا وجدنا قتلنا. All those women killed. Right? Should we have a table with what just good? So should we have a table of what just comes in the Quran? Yeah, it's a good idea. But I think once you learn all this table, it might only be one or two small, that don't come in the Quran. But a lot of them do. In the other table, there was like maybe one that didn't come in the Quran, according to my searching. But just for the sake of missing out one or two, we'll break the table up. And this table rhymes, so I keep it in there. It's difficult to tell which ones don't come in the Quran totally, completely. It's difficult. It's difficult to search. So yeah, that's that situation. That smile after qatalna. All right, okay. Yeah, because qatala means to kill. Right, okay, so next one. Right, we're coming on to here now, the masculine ones. I want to show you now the masculine ones, okay? The second person we're coming to. Look at this second person. Remember this table? Again, remember this table? Look at these two lines in this table. Anta, antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. Right? Look. Exactly same ending. The ending, look. Katabta, katabti. Katabtuma, katabtuma. Katabtum, katabtunna. Can you see? So if you learn your tables, if you learn this table well, then half of this table is done for you. Katabta, anta. Anta katabta, anti katabti. Antuma katabtum. Antuma katabtum. Antum katabtum. Antunna katabtunna. Can you see? You might want to learn them like that as well. Like this one. Anta katabta. Anti katabti. Antuma katabtuma. Antuma katabtuma. Antum katabtum. Antunna katabtunna. Can you see? That's why I put that slide there to show you that the 2M and the 2F are pretty much the same as your separate pronouns table. Let's go for it. So katabta, whenever you put a ta at the end of a verb, it makes it you did that thing. So qatalta, again I said qatalta. What does qatalta mean? You killed, male. Ja'alta, you made. How do I say you? Zalama means to oppress. How do I say you oppressed, bro?
Zalam.
Zalam.
Zalamta.
Zalamta, you oppressed, brother. Sister, you oppressed. How am I going to say it? Zalamti.
Tumma.
No, zalamti. So, qatalta means you killed, brother. Qatalti, you killed, sister. The reason why I'm using qatala, you'll find out in a bit, inshallah, okay? Right, so let's just see another word. Wajada means to find. How do I say to a brother, you found?
Wajadta.
Wajadta. And to a sister?
Wajadti.
That's it.
Wajadti.
So anta wajadta, anti wajadti. You might want to learn it like that. Anta wajadta, anti wajadti. Anta katabta, anti katabti. Yep. So if you say to a person, you disbelieved, kafara is to disbelieve. So how are you going to say you disbelieved to a person, a male?
Kafarat.
No, not kafarat. Kafarat is this one here. Yes.
Kafarta.
Kafarta. Okay. Non-Arabs only, okay? Because the Arabs, I know you guys know quite a bit. Right? So kafarta is you disbelieved. And for a woman, kafarti, you disbelieved. Right? So it's this template. It's that. It's just learning these red things, what the red things do to the verb. You can put khalaqa, you can put raja'a, you can put sami'a, you can put any verb in front of these, and it will do to the verb whatever you're doing at the end. So, you know, sami'a means to hear. So sami'ta means you heard. You heard, male. And sami'ti means you heard, female. So it's just this table that you got to put in your heads. For the plural, can we translate as you all? Yeah, you all. Yeah. Yeah, I should have put that really. You wrote. I should have written you all wrote. That's a better translation, inshallah. Okay, so tuma is dual for both. So, zalam tuma, you too oppressed. Wajad tuma, you too found. How do you say you too disbelieved? Kafara means to disbelieve.
Kafarata.
Kafartuma.
Kafartuma. Yeah. Zalamtuma. Wajadtuma. Qataltuma. I've got to put that one in. Yeah. Okay. So tuma means you two did. And look at this one here. Tum, very important. Tum. Over 300 times. Antum means you all. Katabtum, you all wrote. Kafara means to disbelieve. How do you say you all disbelieved?
Kafartum.
Yeah, kafartum. Zalama means to oppress. How do you say you all oppressed?
Zalamtum.
Zalamtum. Yeah. Fataha means, guess what fataha means? To open. So,
Fatahtum.
yep, you all opened. Fatahtum. Okay. So again, it's just getting these, cramming these into your head, learning these. I will maybe do that thing again now, inshallah, in a bit. I'm just going over these. Masculine, super important. Plural, singular, super important. Katabti, we've done this one. Katabtunna, kafartunna, zalamtunna, wajadtunna. Tunna means you all women did that verb, whatever that verb is. Tunna, katabtunna, kafartunna. Yep. Everybody happy with that? So you all women oppressed. How do you say it? Zalama is to oppress. How do you say you all oppressed women? Yep. Zalamtunna. Zalamtunna. So in verb land, I heard somebody say hum or hunna. That's gone. That was for nouns. These are now for verbs. So verbs, we have some differences here. They're very similar to the detached pronouns, the separate pronouns table. Okay, so tunna, you have to remember it. And in the test, I'm going to ask you to translate all these. And the verb I'm going to choose is, guess what?
Qatalna.
I had a feeling somebody would say qatalna. No, it's kataba. I haven't been ruthless. I left it as kataba. So it's going to be kataba. Let me just see the test. See it right here. Yes, it's kataba. So I'm just going to ask you to reproduce the translation of these verses. These words will already be written. You just need to be able to translate them. So you need to learn them properly. Spend the weekend going over these. Super important table. After this, we've only got one more table. That is out of the 4 tables. We've done the rest. We've done them all then. Then you just get a few templates here and there. A few very slight modifications. But these are the 4 main tables you need to learn. There's no more in this course than the super base tables. So we're on table 3 in lesson 5. On lesson 5, halfway through, we're on table 3. So we've covered quite a bit, inshallah. The most important things we covered at the start. At the end, it's going to be some sort of easy-ish, sort of, like that. But the main thing is doing this. Let's look at the last one. Yep.
You know when you said fadahtum, can you just repeat that one? So what does fadahtum mean to start with?
So fataha means to open. Fataha means to open. So fatahtum means they all opened.
Right.
Yeah.
So would that just is that a masculine word only then? So if it was for female, plural,
it'd be fatahtunna.
Fatahtunna. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought it was okay, but I was just asking if you could say it in a female plural.
Yeah. Fatahtunna, wajadtunna, qataltunna, zalamtunna. Yep.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
We've come to 1 hour 3 minutes. Just to finish this last one off, then we have a 5 to 10 minute break. Is that right?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, inshallah. So the 2, or do you want a break now? You want a break now? We come back, do the last line after the break?
No. We do it now.
Okay.
Complete, please.
Okay, complete. Okay. Right, so let's just quickly do this one then. The 2 at the end makes it I did it. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَمَا خَلَقْتُ I did not create. وَمَا means and not. خَلَقْتُ means I created. So وَمَا خَلَقْتُ and I did not create. So the 2 is I did it. I did that thing. So كَتَبْتُ I wrote. ظَلَمَ means to oppress. How do you say I oppressed?
Zalamtu.
Zalamtu. You might know that dua. Allahumma inni. Oh Allah, inni, indeed I. Zalamtu. I wronged myself. Yes, I wronged. Nafsi, myself. So it's coming. We're going to see it, inshallah. Okay. So, zalamtu. Kafara means to disbelieve. How do you say I disbelieved?
Kafaratu.
Kafartu. Ja'ala means to make. How do you say I made?
Ja'altu.
Ja'altu. Okay, the two is always, remember that in your head. It's I did it. Yeah, I did it. Wajadtu, I found. Let's see what other verbs we got. Zalamtu, I oppressed. Fatahtu, what's fatahtu mean?
I opened.
I opened. That's it, I opened. Fatahtu. Okay, so the 2 just makes it into I did it. It's just template we have to learn. And look at this one. The second, the plural and the dual. It's na at the end, remember? We've got na coming before and other things. Like, let's just see.
Khalaqna.
Yeah, okay. Khalaqna, we created. Katabna for both. So wajadna means to find. What's wajadna mean?
We found.
We found. Kafarna.
We disbelieved.
Qatalna.
We killed.
Zalamna.
We transgressed.
That's it. 200 odd times, over 200 times in the Quran. The na, yeah, means it means also, if you say Rabbana means our Lord, even in the nouns you got the na. But you got the na coming in the verbs as well. So this is the table. I think we'll have when do we come back? 45? Everybody happy with 45?
Yeah.
Okay, 45
Yes.
inshallah. Okay, we'll come back at 45 inshallah. Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Right. Hope you're all back. Hope you had your 10-minute break. It went quite quick, I think. Right, okay, so hope everybody's back. Right, so we're going to now open. We've got half an hour left, so I think we're going to have to rush through this. A bit sad. Let's see what we can do. If you go to page 31, go to page 31 and look at your tables. And we're going to have some practice now. So page 31, look at your tables. Ja'ala means to make. In a sentence, it means he made. I just put to make there because that's the verb for to make. But in a sentence, it's he made. It means he made. It's a root word. So how would you say, so what does ja'alna mean? A sister, please. Ja'alna, non-Arab. Look at your table.
We made.
We made. We made. Fantastic. You have to remember it's past tense, okay? Past tense. We made. We're only doing past tense today, inshallah. Past tense. Next one, brother. Ja'alu. Look at your table. Ja'alu. Kafaru. Fasaqu. Amanu. Zalamu. What does ja'alu mean? A brother?
They made.
Fantastic. They made. Okay? Masculine. They made. I should have put masculine there, but yeah. Right, sister. Wajadtu. Wajada means to find. What does wajadtu mean?
I found.
I found.
Yes, I found. Yeah, look at your table. The tu at the end makes it into I did that verb. I found. A brother. Wajadtum.
You all found.
Fantastic. Male terminology. But can be everybody. Wajadtum, you all found.
Male and female.
Well, I mean, it's the male terminology, but wajadtum can include women as well. Yep. Okay, listen, this is a good one. Now, wajada means he found, so some non-Arab, okay? Brother's turn, is it? Is it brother? Okay, brother. So wajada means he found. Wajadaka. Now you have to go back.
They found.
Nope.
He found you.
He found you.
Yes, yes. Was that non-Arabs who said that?
I got it.
Hope it was. Okay. That's what, so wajada means he found. It's a complete. This ka isn't part of the table. It's not an attachment to the past verb. This ka is kitabuka, baytuka. It's that ka. So he found you. You get that? Wajada means he found. It's the root word. The ka is the attached pronoun. You get the pronouns attaching to the verbs. So wajada, he found, ka, you, male. Wajadakum, he found you all. Wajadi, he found me. Like that. Do you understand?
I thought ka is you.
Yeah. Well, no. He found me. Maybe it would be wajadani. It's that, the last week's table that we did, the attached pronouns, they're attaching out onto verbs as well. They can attach onto verbs. So he found, wajada, he found you, male. Because kitabuka is your male book, isn't it? So wajadaka is he found, wajada, he found you. You get that?
So it's wajadaki, he found you. He found
That's
you.
lady. That's feminine.
Yeah, that's right. Wajadaki. Wajadakum, he found you all. Kum. Wajadakunna, he found you all women. Wajadtum, he found you all people. Right? So you're going to get pronouns attached onto verbs as well. So you have to be able to separate and say, okay, this is the root word and that is a pronoun. So he found plus you. He found you.
Isn't wajadtum you found you all?
He found. Wajadtum, he found you all. Tum.
Am I correct in saying, so if it was katabaga, it would be he wrote you? Or does that not make sense?
Yeah, he wrote you, but it won't make sense.
Would that be created you?
Yeah, khalaqa means he created ka, you. Khalaqaka means he created you. And it comes in the Quran that as well. Alladhi khalaqa, khalaqa as far as I know comes in the Quran. So yeah, khalaqa means he created, ka is you. So this is why it's, yes.
So there's two pronouns, one already attached to the root word, and then one from our table from last week.
It's the same one. The table from last week is this one. Yeah. Is this pronoun?
So,
yes.
But the root word already has an attached pronoun. Like wajada is he found. Like you said earlier, every verb has a.
It has its own. It has its own pronoun inside the verb.
Yeah.
So he found. That's that done. And then ka is you. So he found, and then you. Yes.
Well, on the letters, you can also see, like you said before, there's 3 words, 3 letters before the actual word attachment.
Yeah, but that could change because when you go to the other table, wajadu, you got more that you got a wow coming as well. So yeah.
Okay.
But they might not be so common with them. It's maybe common. It might be common with this one. Okay, so let's just move on because we've got a bit of time left. Wajadu means.
They found.
They found.
Fantastic. They found. Yep, they all found. A brother, kafaru.
They all disbelieved.
They all disbelieved. Exactly. Okay, a sister, sami'tu. Sami'a means to hear, like sami Allah. Sorry?
I heard.
I heard.
Yes.
I heard.
I heard. Fantastic. I heard. Sami'na, a brother. Sami'na. So sami'a is the root word, and na is from the table. Sami'na. Yes. We heard. So sami'na wa ata'na. We heard and we obeyed. So sami'na, we heard. Yep. Okay, so qataltu. What's qataltu mean?
I killed.
I killed. Okay. I killed.
I killed.
Right, okay, don't say it too loudly. Right, so I killed. Right, next one. Qatalna.
We killed.
We killed. Fantastic. Qatalta.
I killed.
You killed.
You killed. You killed masculine, yeah?
You killed masculine.
Yeah, we could be talking about we killed a fly. Right, so you killed. Okay, so this one here very quickly because I want to move on to something else, inshallah. Aqatalta. This is in the Quran. Aqatalta. The
This question.
Where are you seeing that?
Can you see this?
At the bottom.
Yeah, this one here. So it's on the same slide. It's on. Whenever you want to ask a question in Arabic, there's a few ways of doing it. One, you stick a before the verb. Aqatalta, did you kill? Yeah, qatalta means you killed. Aqatalta means did you kill? Sometimes you can add hal, a ha and a lam, hal. Hal ataka hadith al-ghashiya. Hal means a question as well. And also sometimes you can even say, I don't know if it comes in the Quran, but in the conversation you could just raise your voice even. Qatalta, did you kill? So, means question. Aqatalta, did you kill? Nafsan, soul. Zakiyatan, purified. Did you kill a pure soul? That comes in the Quran. I think it's in the story of Khidr alayhi salam. Right? So, qatalta. Right. Now, Got 20 minutes left, but this is where the grammar rule, I'm going to teach you a grammar rule now. This is why you learnt marfu, mansub, majroor. وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ. Before I do this, I want to just draw something on this. Draw. I want a mouse, so I can't draw very well. Let's see if I do it here. Can't do it. Make it a bit thicker. Can you see this drawing?
It's a P.
This is me drawing with a mouse.
E equals M.
P.
Right, can everybody see that?
With a V.
Yeah, can you see that?
Pronouns equal.
Any physicist here? Don't speak.
Pressure equals mass per unit volume.
Yeah, okay. Right, so I'll give you a little story, okay? The story is, when I was doing A-level physics many moons ago, I don't remember many formulas from my physics days. Many formulas, in fact, very, very few. I remember V equals IR because they open your brain up and they stamp your brain with V equals IR and they close your brain up. That one, you just do it all the time, so you have to know that. But this one here is an equation that I remember from my physics days about 20 years ago. Does anybody know what this... I need to set it as well. What is this?
Mass over velocity.
Nope.
H.
Pressure equals mass per unit volume.
Density is equal to mass upon volume.
Fantastic. Who said that? That was good. That was the answer. That's my sort of half-hearted attempt to do rho, which is density. So basically, density equals M over V, mass over volume. And I'm thinking, what am I doing telling you this in a Arabic lesson? I remember it from 20 years ago. And the reason why I remember it is because our teacher, he used to, every time this question came, he would sing it. I'm not saying sing your things, but he would sing it. He would say, this is what he said. He said, density D equals M over V. And he'd repeat it again and again and again and again until I still know it 20 years later. So why am I telling you that? Because I'm going to make you repeat this grammar rule. I'm going to make you repeat this grammar rule, inshallah. I'm going to make you all repeat, well, not all. There's too many to do all. We'll be here until, right? But I'm going to teach you something now. Look at this. This is why I told you marfu, mansub, majroor. Look at this. This comes in the Quran. وَقَتَلَ. On first lesson or second lesson, I went through this and I said, you'll change the meaning if you change the signs. Okay, so look at this. وَقَتَلَ. What does وَقَتَلَ mean?
And he killed.
Yeah?
And he killed.
And he killed. And he killed. That's what it means. وَقَتَلَ means and he killed. It's a root word.
He killed.
Right. Now, how do you know who did the killing?
What did qatala mean? To kill.
Yeah, qatala is a verb that means to kill, but in a sentence, it's he killed. Qatala is the verb to kill, but when you write qatala in a sentence, it means he did that thing, so he killed. Okay? And this is why I keep on using the word qatala, because this verse. So, waqatala means and he killed. Is everybody happy with that? It's the root word. It means and he killed. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, how do you know who did the killing? How do you know
To do with the
Marfu Dawood.
Dawudu.
How do you know Dawood did the killing? Yes.
Marfu.
So yes. So this is the rule I want you to learn. The doer, you can't know from the verb who the doer is. You have to look to see who the doer is, and the doer is the word that is marfu. That's why I made you learn marfu, because you need to know what is marfu in order to be able to tell who is doing the verb in the sentence. So وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ. Dawood is marfu, so Dawood is the doer of the verb. You understand? So in English terminology, you say Dawood is the subject of the verb. The subject of the verb is always marfu. The doer is always marfu. And the thing that the verb is done to is mansub.
Jaluta.
Jaluta is mansub. That means the qatala was done on him, and the one who was doing it was Dawood. Let me just go back to my pointer. Right? Now, so the rule I want you to learn is this, and my students know this rule, and I haven't written the rule down. I've just told them it. I've not written that rule down. The rule is the doer is always marfu. The doer is always marfu. When you see a verb, look for the marfu word that comes next or a bit later. That is the doer of the verb. This is why I taught you marfu, mansub, majroor, because the doer is always marfu. The doer is always marfu. The doer is always marfu. What I tell my students to do is everybody has to repeat it once. And I have about 20 students. I just want to get 20 people to say it. The doer is always marfu, and everybody else just listen. And for those who don't want to speak, write it down. The doer is always marfu. So I want a brother.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Is it the doer as in the human person, not an object?
Would it be an object? I don't think you can get an object doing it. Good question. But the doer of the verb is marfu.
I'm trying to get your rule into my head.
Sorry?
I'm trying to just put an example with the rule in my head.
So would you get something doing the verb? Yeah, you might get an object doing the verb as well. You might get like a
car crash.
Yeah, the car crashed. So the car is the doer of the crash. Yeah. So I want a brother to say this. The doer is always marfu. Then I want a sister to say it. Then I want a brother to say it. I want to do this about 20 times. Okay. So brother, the doer is always marfu.
Doer is always marfu. Doer is always marfu. Doer is always marfu.
Okay, yeah, go on. All to say it. The doer is always marfu. The doer is always marfu. Carry on.
Doer is always marfu.
The doer is always marfu.
Yeah. The doer is always marfu. The doer is always marfu. Yeah. The doer is marfu. The doer is marfu. Somebody else, please. The doer is always marfu. Sisters as well. The doer is always marfu.
The doer is always marfu.
Fantastic. Doer is always marfu. So whenever you see good, whenever you see a sentence and it says he did or she did or they did, you have to look at the next word or the word after to find out who is the doer of the verb. The doer is always marfu, and the thing that the verb is done to is mansub. Just the other one is mansub. The other one is going to be mansub. That's the one that the verb is done to. The doer is always marfu. So if we said وَقَتَلَ جَالُوتُ دَاوُودَ, what does that mean? وَقَتَلَ, and he killed. Who killed? Jalutu. That would mean Jalut killed Dawood. Right? So the doer of the verb is always marfu. So we know Jalut didn't do the killing because this is mansub. This one, Dawood, he did the killing because he is marfu. Yeah? You get that?
Brother, does the file always have to be in the middle, or could that also be at the end? So could you have like
the file could be later on as well. It doesn't have to be after the verb, straight after. It can come later as well, yeah? So the doer is always
marfu.
The doer is always
Marfu.
The doer is always
marfu.
Good. Okay, so we're gonna see now, inshallah. Okay, and the thing that the verb is done to is mansub.
Mansub.
So this is why we learn the rules marfu, mansub, majroor, because you need it in a translate. You wouldn't be able to translate this if you didn't know that rule. The doer is always marfu, and if you didn't know what marfu is and what mansub is, you couldn't translate this. Okay?
Why? Can I just ask you a quick question, please? Why not in majroor? Why
the object?
Because the subject is.
But
It's just a grammar rule. The subject is always, the object is always mansub. The thing that the verb is done to is always mansub.
Right. Okay.
Majroor doesn't come into the verbal sentence. Majroor will only happen if a preposition, a majroorifier comes in front of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get two types of sentences in Arabic. One is a nominal sentence, a sentence that starts off with a noun, and the other one is a verbal sentence, a sentence that starts off with a verb. So these are the main two sentences in Arabic. So this is a verbal sentence starting off with a verb. So you need to know who the doer is. Okay, we've got 10 minutes left. We might not have time to do the verses today. What I might do is maybe next week I might have a bit extra time because it's a bit of an easier lesson. Inshallah, I might do the verses in the next one. Inshallah.
Can I ask if it matters what order they come in?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, we'll see a verse inshallah with that in. So here we got a verb. Where is the verb here? The boy sat on the chair. Where is the verb? Sat. Who is doing the sitting?
The boy.
So the boy is going to be marfu. Okay, it's going to have the dhamma on. And what is the thing that is having the verb done on it? Chair. So the chair is going to be mansoob. I've just put it in English so you can sort of see it in another angle. The dog jumped over the fence. So jumped is the verb. Who is doing the verb?
Dog.
So the dog is going to be
Marfu.
Now a dhamma on, yeah? And what's being jumped over?
Fence.
Fence. So the fence is the object of the verb. So some people have done it subject. Subject is the doer. Object is the thing that the verb is done to. If you do it like that, if you understand it like that, fine. I get them mixed up. So I do the doer of the verb is marfu. The doer is always marfu. The doer of the verb is always marfu. The man wrote on the paper. So wrote is the verb. Who did it?
And paper is mansoob.
I just pressed that powerful button. I think they didn't know they were on unmute. Right, so the man. So who is it? The man is marfu. And what is the writing done on?
Paper.
The paper is mansoob.
Mansoob.
The object.
Yeah, so the doer is always marfu. So when you see a verb, you need to know who did that verb. So look for the marfu word that comes next, the marfu noun that comes next. And that will tell you that's the doer. And then if you see a mansoob word, that's the thing that the verb has been done to. So that's the thing the doer has done the verb to. The man happily wrote on the paper. So what's the verb here? Happily?
Wrote.
So who did it? Who did the writing?
The man.
The man. So the man is marfu. The doer is always marfu. And the thing that the writing is done on is?
Paper. Mansoob.
Right. And the last one, the man looked with envy towards the rich king. So what's the verb?
Envy.
Looked is the verb, yeah?
Yeah.
So who did the looking?
The man.
The man. So the man is marfu. And who was a mansoob bit? What is the looking being done at?
King.
Rich king.
So it's king. Rich is the adjective. So king is the one, yeah? Okay, so let's go back now to here. Maybe this is in the Quran. Khalaqa means what? Khalaqa is a root word which means he created. Who created? Who created?
Allah.
Why Allah? Why Allah?
Because of the who.
Because the doer is always marfu. The doer is always marfu. So Allah is the doer of this verb. Allah has done that verb. So so he created. Who created? Oh, Allah created. And look what is mansoob. Arda. That means Allah created and then creation was done to the earth. So the earth was created. So Allah created the earth. You get it? If somebody said ardu, then it would mean Allah and the earth created, which is wrong, obviously. If this was marfu, then it would have meant this one also did the verb. You can have two or three people that are marfu, then they're all doing that verb. You get it?
Wouldn't you need the word and as well?
Maybe. I'm not sure though. Maybe you don't. Maybe you won't need it. Maybe you do need it.
Sorry,
Let's
just
just have a
to
look.
clarify, would the mansoob always come after the marfu straight away, or would there be a few letters in between?
There could be letters in between. Yeah, there could be letters in between. We'll see an
Just
example.
like the English sentences, we have to look out for it, yep?
Yes, look out for it. But I'll show you an example, inshallah. So Allah created the earth. Can you see the doer is there, the fa'il is there, and the maf'ul bihi is the Arabic terminology for object of the verb. Maf'ul bihi. And fa'il is the doer. If you can learn the Arabic terminology, then learn that because it comes and helps you later on. It'll come and jigsaw and piece together later on, inshallah. But it's not the end of the world as long as you know the doer is always marfu.
That khalaqal arzallahu will also be correct.
If somebody wrote it, you'd know what's going on. But whether it's the correct way to say it, I don't know if that's an acceptable way of saying it. But you still know what's going on. If somebody wrote khalaqal arda and then Allahu, it still translate as Allah created the earth, but I don't know whether that's an acceptable way of writing a sentence like that. Yeah?
Brother, what's
Fa'il.
fa'il? What is it?
That means doer. Doer, yeah. That means
right.
doer. And maf'ul bihi means done to.
You know the word at the top after Allahu?
Yeah.
I get muddled with all this because I don't read this word of it in the Quran Sharif, so I can't understand it. Just to say the word, because what?
Okay.
If you just say the word.
Yeah, so خلق الله الأرض. Yeah, whenever you see a missing thing that's got a jazm on
So
it.
it makes it a bit harder.
Yeah, I know what you mean. This has got a like more closer to the Uthmani print, which is like what the Arabs use. So when you see an empty thing, it's normally got a jazm on it. It's got a sukoon on it.
Okay.
It's just where I took the thingy from, it didn't have it on. Okay, so let's just go to the next one. Look at this one. خلق الأرض. خلق الأرض. So khalaqa means?
He created.
He created. Now look for a marfu word that comes next. Is that a marfu word?
No.
So we don't know who created, you know, outside of this, outside of the Quran. Khalaqa, we don't know who did it. We just know somebody did it. But al-arda is mansoob, so that is someone, he created the earth. Do you get it? In this one, the doer is not mentioned. But this is still mansoob, so it means the doer is not mentioned, but the thing that the verb has been done to is mentioned. So it would translate as he created the earth, but we don't know, in the sentence we wouldn't know who. Yeah? We know Allah created it, but in the sentence we just know he created the earth. We don't, the name hasn't been given of who created, because the doer isn't mentioned here.
But you couldn't say the earth was created. You need
No,
to
you say khalaqa means, because khalaqa means he created. He created. Khalaqa means he created. So he created the earth. We don't know the name of the one who created isn't mentioned here. But it's he created the earth. Get it? Okay, I'm just going to translate this very quickly, inshallah. Fi, in, qulubihim, hearts, theirs. Qulubihim, hearts, theirs. In their hearts. Maradun, disease. In Urdu we say marz. Same thing, disease. Fazada, so he increased them. So he increased, so fa, zada is, in Urdu we say ziyada. Same word as far as I know. Fa, so, zada, he increased them. So he increased them. Who increased them? Allahu. Allah is marfu. So Allah is the one who increased them. So Allah increased them. You get it? Fazada, so he increased them. Allahu. So Allah increased them. Allah is the doer of the verb, because Allah is marfu. Maradan. So that's the object of the verb. So Allah increased them in what? In the disease. Right? Walahum, and for them. Adhabun alimun, a punishment which is alim, which is painful. Bima, be with what? Like outside the Quran, with what is what I use as a translation. But over here, because of, for what? Kanu, they all used to do. Yakdhibuna, they all, because they used to lie, basically. So look, Fazada, Allah is the fa'il. Fazada, so he increased them. Who increased them? Allah, because Allah is the doer. The doer is always marfu, Allahu. So he increased them, maradan, in the disease. Right? So I've only got 1 minute left. What shall I do? If you need to drop off, please drop off. I'm just going to maybe be about 10 more minutes, because just got a teeny bit more left. We won't do any verses today. I'll try to include them in next lesson, inshallah, because I think we might have more time in the next lesson, inshallah. This one.
Any homework, brother?
Too right, yeah. Well, it's written in the book, and I'll just I'll go over it in the end, inshallah. I just want to do this one. Nasara means, what does Nasara mean?
He helped.
Okay, so this is different in your books, okay? In your books, I've written another verb, right? But the reason why I didn't put that other verb in these slides just last night or the day before, I changed them because it's going to be on YouTube. I don't want people getting the impression that I'm doing something illegal, right? So I changed it to Nasara, which means to help. So you might want to just change it in your books. I only did this like 2 nights ago. I thought, no, it's going to be recorded and people might start using it and thinking something, you know, that I'm advocating something. So I just wanted to change it. Okay. So Nasara means?
He helped.
He helped. Okay, so he helped. Who helped? You tell me. Who helped? The Muslims helped, because the doer of the verb is marfu. This is the marfu plural. We did in lesson 2. Yeah? Muslimuna is marfu, remember? Muslimani, Muslimuna is marfu. So the Muslims helped kafirina. That's the mansoob plural pattern. That's the mansoob plural pattern. So this means the Muslims helped the disbelievers. Can you see? The helping was done on the disbelievers. The Muslims are marfu, so they're doing the helping. You get it?
Yeah.
The Nasara means he helped. Who helped? Al-Muslimun. The Muslimun did the helping. Who did the help? The Kafirin. Now if this was marfu as well, if it was Nasara al-Mu'minun al-Kafiruna, then if this was marfu as well, what would the sentence mean? If this was marfu as well.
Muslim and
believers help.
Yes. Then both of them are doing the verb. So the Muslims and the disbelievers helped. Helped who? We don't know. Helped. Because that's all we've got of the sentence. Do you get it? So this is just examples to show you. Look at this one. All I've done is I've changed the case round. Look. First it was Muslimun al-Kafirina. Now it's Muslimin al-Kafiruna. Now who is doing the helping this time?
Kafirs.
Yeah. So the kafir, the doer of the verb is always? Marfu. The doer is always? Marfu. The doer is always? Marfu. Okay?
Excuse
Right.
me.
Yes?
So why wouldn't this be Nasr al Kafirun al Muslimina?
You could write it that way as well. You could write it that way as well. But what I'm showing you, Arabic is that powerful, you can even have it come in afterwards. You can, I think this will even work. You can have a few words and then have the doer, as we're going to see inshallah. So Nasara, Kafirun are the doers of the verb. So the disbelievers helped the Muslims here. Can you see? So this one is mansoob. It's not majroor because there's no majroorifier in front of it. It's the object of the verb. It's the thing that the verb is being done to. So it's mansoob. The fa'il is here this time. The doer is here. So kafirun are helping the Muslims this time, yeah?
Do you always have to have a maf'ul bi, or could you just have a fa'il? So for example, if somebody just stood up but they didn't do it to anyone, if you know what I mean.
They might even be able to just have a fa'il there as well. But it might not be a complete sentence. Like the Muslims helped. Who did the help? It's not a complete sentence. Maybe there are some times where it can be, you know, depending on what's coming before it. Maybe there is no maf'ul bihi. That may be true. I'm not 100% sure though. But sometimes the fa'il, the doer, is not mentioned.
Right. Thank you.
And forgive us with all the mistake we make on the araka, because that is serious.
It's serious. Muslim. Look, وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ. It switches if you make Jalut marfu, he did the killing. If you make both of them marfu, they both did the killing. It changes the meaning completely, so it's serious. This is the one grammar rule. This is why I taught you marfu, mansoob, majroor, just for this. Just for this. So you can translate literally a sentence in the Quran. Okay, this one. Nasar al-Muslimani al-Kafiraini. So who's doing the killing? Sorry, who's doing the helping here? Muslims, because Muslimani is marfu dual, isn't it?
Marfu dual.
Yes, this is marfu dual. So the two Muslims are helping the two disbelievers. Yep. Because this is not marfu. if there were, this is mansoob, this one. Dual mansoob. Have a look at your tables. Dual mansoob. This is why you had to learn it.
Aini, yeah, Aini.
Aini is mansoob or majroor. But in this case, it's mansoob because it's a verbal sentence and there's no majroorifier in there. Right? Switch it around now. Nasar al-muslimaini al-kafirani. Now who's doing the helping?
Kafirani.
Kafirani. Yeah, the kafirani, because this is marfu word. Ani is marfu for dual. Aini is mansoob. So the kafiran are helping the Muslimain. Right? So have you got this slide in your thingy? So where are you up to? We've had a revision lesson last week, so I'm hoping everybody is not considering giving up. Hope nobody's considering giving up now. You've done the majority, the bulk of the tables now.
No.
Okay, so next one. Finding it hard and losing grip?
Oh, yeah.
No.
No? Maybe a few years. Maybe a few years. What I'll tell you is just go over the recordings again, inshallah. Find it hard but keeping on top?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I think so.
Losing grip, Sheikh.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say losing grip. Okay. Keep on top of it, inshallah. Listen to it again. And we're going to have 2 revision classes before we finish the course. 2 more revision classes. So we will go over this again, inshallah. And next week, inshallah, we'll help you. It's based on this week very heavily. It's an easy. If you learn this table well, next week is going to be an easy class, inshallah. Easy class, inshallah. I'm on top of the work. Who's on top of the work?
No.
Not yet. Getting there.
All right, trying. Yeah, trying. Okay, we got trying there, and so I presume nobody's on this one.
Yeah, Rubel.
Yeah.
Is this in your slides? Oh, it's in your slides, isn't it? Yeah, Ramesa, yeah, Ramesa. Okay, yeah, don't let Shaitan beat you. Okay, fantastic. So, okay, this is the maximum content in a lesson. We're not going to have any lesson harder than lesson 3 or harder than this. This is it. It's not going to get harder than that, inshallah. So we don't have enough time to do these, but I've got them in there. There's quite a few in there. I'm not going to have time to do that. Maybe next lesson I might see if we can visit some of these, inshallah. But it's really, really handy, but we haven't got time, inshallah. I might just, in the end, go over some of these, just do an extra class or something, inshallah. Okay, so these are the words I want you to learn. These are now, you notice they're all root words. Khalaqa. Khalaqa is the past tense. With the past tense, we also tried to learn the present tense. This is the present tense here. Something's coming before it. We'll do present tense in 2 weeks, inshallah. Khalaqa yakhluqu. Try to learn it like that. Khalaqa yakhluqu. I'll tell you why, inshallah, in 2 lessons' time. If you can't, then at least learn khalaqa. Khalaqa means to create. So in the sentence, it will be he created. Yeah, he created. Ja'ala means he made, to make. Dakhala, Urdu word. Dakhil ho jao. Dakhil means to enter. Dakhala, to enter, he entered. Kharaja, to leave. It's an Urdu word as well. Kharij ho jao. Right? Leave. Kharaja, to leave. He left. Alima means he knew. It's the verb for to know. Ilm, that's where we get ilm from. That's where we get alim from. Ma'loom for ulama. You get it all from this word, alima. Kharaja, kharijun, makhruj. What's the tajweed? What do you call it? Makhraj. Makhraj comes from kharaja initially. Amila means to know, amal. Sorry, to do, amal. It's an Urdu word as well. Do amal, brother. Do amal on that. Amal means to work, to do. So amila in a sentence means he worked or he did. Sami'a means to hear. Sami'a Allahu liman hamida. Sami'a, to hear. Qatala. Qatala means to kill. If you don't know qatala by now, then I'm going to be worried. Okay, so qatala means to kill. So in a sentence, it means he killed. Zalama means he oppressed, to oppress, to be unjust. Jama'a means he gathered, to gather. He gathered. Jumu'ah. What happened at Jumu'ah? We gather to the masjid. Fa'ala means to do. and sometimes to make. So to do, fa'ala, fi'al. And kadhiba means to lie. So kadhiba in a sentence means he lied. Yes, okay, inshallah, we'll go over these ayahs. Maybe next week, I will see, inshallah, but we need to go over these ayahs, inshallah. We just don't have enough time today. Inshallah. Okay, so 240, look at them numbers. Look at those numbers. So that is amila in its different forms, like amilun, ya'malun, ta'malun, like that. It comes 306, 582, 340, 241, coming everywhere. Root words are the words you need to learn. Because from the root words, if you understand the template, you're going to be able to say, sami'tu, I did, qataltu, I killed, zalamtu, I oppressed, jama'tu, I gathered, fa'altu, I did, kadhibtu or kadhabtu, I lied, khalaqtu, I created, ja'altu, I made. So you can do on every one of them and you know what it means. I did that verb, and etc. etc. We will finish the course before Ramadan. We were going to finish the course before Ramadan, but the last one was going to be in Ramadan, but now we've got an extra revision class, so that's going to be in Ramadan, and we will arrange that closer to Ramadan. If it's difficult for people to do Ramadan, we'll arrange a time, some other time or a certain time on a weekend in Ramadan or something, whatever suits the people. This person's written, Alhamdulillah, I'm losing a grip by not completing the tests and homework. Okay, so that's the lesson for everybody. Jazakallah khair, sister. But inshallah, I'm going to continue attending. Yes, just try to do the lessons, because it's a fast-moving, it's like an intensive, fast-moving course. So you just need to learn. Maybe another 2 classes, and then we'll do a revision class again, inshallah. Okay, but this is super essential, super important. Make sure you know the tables, take time out. You know, even if you had to book a day off, if you wanted to book a day off from your work just to do this, it's worth it, because at the end of it, you're going to understand. You're going to be able to understand Quran nicely. You know, not all of it, but you're going to be able to understand a lot of parts of the Quran, inshallah. And if I told you, you book 2 weeks off and revise this book, and you're going to get £1 million, who wouldn't do it? We would all do it, wouldn't we? Of course we would. I'd do it. I'd be there first doing it, okay? So, right, so this is worth more than $1 million. It's worth more than the world, because you're not going to be able to translate the Quran by yourself until you do these things, until you learn these tables, until you learn these words. So it's super, super essential. If somebody says, I'm going to take a week off work just to do this, I'm telling you, inshallah, on the Day of Judgment, you'll see that week that you took off as holiday on the heavy scales, inshallah. Right? So you do what you need to do to get these tables in your head. You know, I'm leaving it up to you how you do it, how you manage it. I will do a recording of these vocabularies, and we've missed out the huwa, huma, hum in this one. We'll do it I'll maybe send out a recording for that as well, inshallah. Okay, Jazakumullahu khairan. If anybody's got any questions, we will close it off. Jazakumullahu khairan.
Assalamu alaikum.
Barakallahu feek. If you have any questions, just ask it on the group, or just ask it me, and I'll try to answer, inshallah. Okay, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. We'll see you next week, inshallah. Barakallahu feek.
Assalamu alaikum. Sheikh, once again, thank you for your help.
Jazakallah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.